Hey, what's up guys, it's Textboomer talking to you here, and in this video I want to talk about the last report from Mark Gurman talking about the iPhone 13's improved camera system. So before, we haven't got a ton of detail about this new camera system that we will have in September, which would be in a month away, and I have a video talking about that there. It was my last video. But I want you updated on this matter, and also some news about the M2 MacBook Air or MacBook. This comes from Quo, which tells us about more on the computer. But before we start, roll the intro. So first of all, the M2 MacBook Air that Quo has talked about on this latest report says that the M2 MacBook Air will come out on mid-March or April, and this new computer will feature the same design as the 16-inch MacBook Pro and 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1X chip that are probably coming on November or October of 2021. So they will be using the same design trend, which is more squared off corners, thinner bezels, and the computer will be a lot thinner but less rounded up. Won't be having these lumps like these older MacBooks have. And it will be pretty cool to have a squared off corner uniform design, and I'm very excited to see what comes. But Quo said that it will inform us with more details later, so right now he only has that it will come out on that timeline, which is between March and April, mid-2022, and the design trend. So I'm very excited to see what comes out. Of course, John Porcel talked about having very different colors and this squared off design that we are seeing now with this design trend, following up the iPad Pro. But let's see what happens, and I'm very excited to see about that. On the second news of this show today, we have the fact that Mark Gurman reported that the iPhone 13 will feature a ton new features to the camera system, and this is the first time we saw new features being described like that for the iPhone 13 in terms of the camera, because last we heard camera system of the iPhone 13 will only increase in size, so better sensors. But according to Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, we should see ProRes. So iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max would support ProRes, and of course probably the iPad Pro too, which means iPadOS would support ProRes, which is Apple's codec, but iPhone 13 will only shoot in ProRes, and we will be able to choose between ProRes and normal, which will be a high format quality, and we will be able to shoot with Pro Bokeh video. So we will be able to use like portrait mode video, which is pretty cool, and this type of video which would add a little bit of bokeh to your background would be adjustable. So you could adjust later where you want to use the blur and where you don't want to use the blur, and how much you want to use the blur. So this would be very cool, very incredible, and Apple will call it the ProRes feature, which would be the high format quality and this portrait mode video. So it's pretty cool to see that. Also, you'll be able to use tons of new Pro filters that will be applied wherever you want to, whenever you want to. For example, if you want to apply a more contrasty filter to the face but a little bit better brightness to the background, you'll be able to apply these filters instead of just manually overriding it yourself. So it will be very cool to see. Let's see if they came out on the last version of iOS 15, or it will be probably exclusive to the iPhone 13s because of their neural engine evolution or something. But iPhone 12s have LiDAR, so I don't understand why that wouldn't be any possible. But this is pretty cool to see and hear in here, because we haven't heard any new leaks and rumors about the camera system, only that it will be a little bit larger than the iPhone 12s. So it's very exciting to see that now we are getting closer to the release and the launch date, so we are seeing more and more details about the iPhone 13, and it's seemingly like it's getting very interesting for me. I think that better cameras, better display, better speakers, and probably 120 Hz smaller notch, it's getting pretty interesting, always on display. I think that this iPhone 13 is not as boring as we thought, and it's starting to justify the 13 name, not the 12S. But let's see, 1 month to go, so it's not a lot of time to confirm these leaks. Talking about confirmed, Mark Gurman also confirmed the 120 Hz always on display, it's the same design, and all of those small notches and bigger batteries, he confirmed it all on this latest report. Hey, I forgot to tell you that DigiTimes also confirmed that the 16-inch MacBook Pro and 14-inch MacBook Pro would be starting mass production right now. And I mean, of course they are starting mass production. They don't need to have leakers to tell you that. I think that DigiTimes is just using these opportunities to gain better track record, which is pretty sad because DigiTimes sucks in terms of track record. But let's see. They're probably right, because they will be coming on October or November. So they must start mass production if they want to meet their timelines. But what's your opinion on the iPhone 13 and the M2 MacBook Air? Are you excited for those two products, and are you excited to spend some money on the next few months in Apple products? I can tell you I am. So this was Tech talking to you here. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. Please turn on the notification bell and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This is Tech talking to you here. Bye.